As somebody who has successfully parented 9 toddlers, not at the same time, let's all praise the Lord for that. However, I will say that that valley of despair in toddler years, it really is only during the first 1 or 2. And the reason is because you do not yet realize that you're not talking to a rational human being. Here we call the ages of 0 to 6 the acid trip years, because they're basically like taking care of this tiny drunk human, where they're basically tripping out on some weird stuff, and they are very irrational, but hilarious. And it doesn't matter how many kids you've babysat, if you worked in early childhood education, it does not matter. When you're staring face to face with your own toddler for the first time, you don't know what you're doing. Because there comes a moment in your life that you have to realize you are not talking to someone your age, your sanity level, or anywhere near rational. And that is a wonderful thing that you need to embrace. See, we have the collective experience of going through 0 to 6 acid trip years, 7 to 12 the literal years, the takeover years of the teen years, and then ultimately into adulthood. And we have all these years of experience to be able to draw from. These tiny humans, they don't have that. All they're thinking about is the next time they can eat chicken nuggets and how to fight their next nap. Like, I don't wake up in the morning and go, I wonder what would happen if I licked the floor. But a toddler, they'll think that. I don't wake up in the morning and wonder if I can taste some kind of poisonous cleaner and have my parents have to call poison control that day. But toddlers nail that. Because up here, your baby's not crawling yet, and you're thinking, this is just the sweetest little thing. Down here is when you realize they're licking the floor and you can't figure out why that was a good idea to them and where you went wrong in teaching them not to lick the floor. But once you realize they're just little weird floor lickers, then you can start to chart up here until enlightenment. The plateau of sustainability is when you're like, lick the floor. You might want to drink some water after that. Wash that taste out of your mouth. Because you've learned to enjoy this stage. I absolutely feel like everybody needs to have a 2, a 3, a 4-year-old in your life, because they'll say the most unhinged things. They're absolutely hilarious. Their imaginations are amazing. These will be the best story years. My best friend's son, when he was 3, he knocked on a man's fake leg while they were waiting in line at the grocery store. And that story, if that had been her first son, would have been mortifying. Because with your first one, you're trying to figure out why. Why didn't you teach them that that's not okay? Why didn't they know? By your second, third, fourth, you realize, no, it's not you, it's them. So even though that first toddler is going to drop you down to that valley of despair, when you get further along in Dunning-Kruger, you're going to actually really enjoy those years because they're so funny. I mean, it's tiring because you're still like their brain. And when they're well rested and they're fed, they're just fun to be around. Until they fight bedtime that night like you've never put them to sleep before. My littlest is 4, and I'm kind of grieving that this stage will be coming to an end soon. And then I'm going to have so many in the literal years.